Have Mr. Kenny Aldris come up with me as we give out the Holdsworth scholarships. The 8th grade Holdsworth scholarships are given by Dr. and Mrs. Donald Holdsworth in memory of Mr. Clifford Holdsworth. Mr. Holdsworth owned the farm on Route 109, where most of our students have had the pleasure of sledding down his wonderful hill during the winter months. At the 8th grade level, these scholarships take the form of $100 cash. They are awarded for that which Mr. Holdsworth prized the most throughout his lifelong high academic achievement, exceptional effort, and good citizenship. The winners this year are Allie Goodwin and Rebecca Hansen. Also under the Holdsworth Scholarship is for high school students. Each year, 2 scholarships are given in the names of the late Clifford Holdsworth and the late Bernard K. Holdsworth to give recognition to worthy active students who successfully complete secondary education and go on to a post-secondary education. This year, 2 scholarships of $2,000 each will be awarded. The first recipient of this award is Benjamin Martin. The recipient of this award is Mackenzie Pelletier. Could I now have Judith Shane come up to the podium to give out the Dorothy Donald Scholarship.
Dorothy Donald was a longtime acting teacher who taught in a one-room school which is now the town library. She began teaching in acting in 1944 and retired in 1971. Mrs. Donald actually began her teaching career in Stowe, Maine, but left to get married and raise a family. In those days, married women could not teach, but they could substitute. However, World War II began in 1941, and since all the men had been drafted into the service, Mrs. Donald was allowed to teach and began working in acting. In addition to teaching, she was paid 50 cents a week to act as the school janitor and sweep and build a fire in the stove each day. Although the students brought sandwiches to school for lunch, each day in cold weather, Mrs. Donald's made soup for them, beef stew, fish chowder, or corn chowder. Cooking must have been contagious because her daughter, Mary Dennett, became our cafeteria manager. Her great-grandson has been teaching and eating here for over 25 years. Mrs. Donald was one of the first teachers, by the way, to come into the consolidated school when it was first built, the 4-room school. And she incidentally was my grandmother, and it gives me great pleasure to present these 2 awards. Two scholarships in the amount of $300 each. And the first one goes to Jedediah Scott. And the second one goes to Lacey Nickerson.
Thank you, Judy. Next, we have a song sung and played by Miss Shelby Sandin and Mr. Caleb Randall.
Dreaming of a good be, and if it ended up bad be, I would pray. Trying not to reach out, when I tried to speak out, felt like no one could hear me. Wanted to belong here, but something felt so wrong here, so I pray I could break away. I'll spread my wings and I'll learn how to fly. I'll do what it takes till I touch the sky. I'll make a wish, take a chance, make a change, and break away. Out of the darkness and into the sun, but I won't forget all the ones that I love. I'll take a risk, take a chance, make a change, and break away. Wanna feel the warm breeze, live under a palm tree, feel the rush of the ocean. Get on board a fast train, travel on a jet plane far away, and break away. I'll spread my wings and I'll learn how to fly. I'll do what it takes till I touch the sky. I'll make a wish, take a chance, make a change, and break away. Out of the darkness and into the sun, but I won't forget all the ones that I love. I'll take a risk, take a chance, make a change, and break away. Buildings with 100 floors, circle around revolving doors. Maybe I don't know where they'll take me, but gotta keep moving on, moving on. Fly away, break away. I'll spread my wings and I'll learn how to fly. Though it's not easy to tell you goodbye, gotta take a risk, take a chance, make a change, and break away. Out of the darkness and into the sun, but I won't forget all the place I've come from. Gotta take a risk, take a chance, make a change, and break away. Break away. Break away.
That was amazing. Excellent job. Next up, we have for you another student speech. This time we have Miss Sarah Egerling.
Overcomer. An overcomer is a person who becomes better in any struggle or conflict. They are conquerors. This is the definition of Acton's class of 2014. We have overcome many challenges during our years at Acton. For the most part, it started from that first step on the bus. We were petrified. Some had a hard time being away from their parents the whole day. For others, their biggest problem was less snack time or less nap time. Although some of us loved our nap time. We were guided through the big day until we got to the lunchroom and the big kids. To us, they were huge monsters and we were scared. Who knew one day we would be the monsters walking the halls? In first, second, and third grade, we were challenged with math problems that stretched our brains. Those years, we had lots of new kids, and our main problem was who would give us our next snack. But they didn't give us snacks, only more work. From there, we flourished into fourth grade. We learned cursive, our times tables, and we finally got homework. We knew we were growing up, and we might as well get used to it. It was all one giant leap in life. Sixth grade came along, and we learned a little bit of French in the morning. Bonjour is all I can remember. Our class was an enormous class. It was 20 plus of us and one teacher. Recess became our drama-filled class. That was the biggest struggle of all. Before, in primary school, we were all best friends. It didn't matter who it was, and now it did. One day, certain people disliked someone and never wanted to talk to them. It was a little funny because the next day they were best friends again. Now we look back and see how immature some of the stuff we said was. The worst sentence anyone could ever say to you was, "We're not friends anymore," or "You can't sit with me at lunch," or even "You can't swim with me." It was a little hard for some of us because we thought everyone was still best friends. That year we started to get ready for 7th grade. Also, the first year we had summer homework. Dances now became an exciting event that we could participate in. Eventually, we learned to get along, stand up against bullying, stick up for others, and the most powerful lesson of all, that we're all different and it's okay. In 7th grade, we were faced with many challenges. This was the year we had no recess. Everything changed. In Miss Scully's class, we had author presentations, book talks, and literature circles. I never thought I would survive Mr. Putnam's long history lectures and pop quizzes. Then we had science classes. Dissections became regular activities for us. Some of us were not very excited for them, but we all managed to get it done. Math changed to pre-algebra, and we were scared to death. Not of the math mainly, but of Mr. Noel's reputation. Now here we are in 8th grade, the big kids. Dissections have become a fun event, and we started to have more labs. Using the Bunsen burner was some of our personal favorites. Now we had big tests to study for, reviewing our notes every night, and our famous person speeches. These last few years seem to be like just yesterday. High school is like a set of stairs. It has a whole new set of challenges to face. And unlike Acton, Sanford actually has stairs. We will see new teachers, new friends, and new curriculum. There will be tougher classes we will have to face. Even in the halls and outside school, we will be faced with choices we will have to make. We're closer to adults than children. We've learned how to tie our shoes, to read and write, and we've been taught to make the right decisions for ourselves. Next year, our 7th and 8th grade teachers won't be in our ear whispering what to say or do. It's just us now. High school will include prepping for college when the time comes, working and planning for the future. Acton 8th graders have conquered big kids, no nap time, cursive, new kids, pre-algebra, dissections, lectures, and presentations. I'm positive we can conquer the next 4 years because we've already proven we can overcome anything thrown at us.
That was wonderful, Sarah. Thank you. Okay, next up we have Miss Julie Ann Smith representing the Smith family for the Julia M. Smith Scholarship.
This scholarship is given in memory of Julia M. Smith, former teacher and longtime resident of Acton. Mrs. Smith taught for many years at Acton Elementary School, where her students were always challenged to achieve their best and reach their full potential. This scholarship has been established to recognize a student who has worked diligently to achieve academically and who shows much potential for furthering his or her education. The Smith family is proud to present one scholarship in the amount of $300 to Jedediah Scott.
Could I have Miss Erin Frazier up for the Robert Waite Scholarship, please?
I am here tonight to present the Robert Waite Scholarship in honor of my uncle, Bob Waite. Many of you knew Bob as a custodian here at Acton Elementary, but many more of you knew him as an amazing photographer. If you weren't careful, he could be turned into a cat, or a fairy, a sports star, or plopped on stage with your favorite singer. Once you had your smiling face in that lens. Bob's skill with the click of a button awed those who had the privilege to see his handiwork. And once he did a few pictures of students, he had all of their friends clamoring to be turned into cats, fairies, and sports stars as well. Bob loved working here with students and often told our family about the things that you impressed him with. Your talent with a paintbrush, a soccer ball, or your voice. He was proud to say that he knew all of you. He loved graduation night and seeing all of the progress that students had shown from kindergarten through 8th grade and beyond. I know he's watching right now and is very proud of all of your accomplishments. The scholarship tonight goes to someone who intends to pursue an art-related field, and I am proud to present the award to Mackenzie Pelletier.
Next, could I please have Mr. David Cody for the Good Citizen Award?
Okay, the Acton Good Citizen Award is given to an 8th grade student who over his or her course of study has exemplified the following qualities: respect for others, responsiveness to the needs of others, helpfulness, this is something like me, I think, participation in school activities, a positive attitude, an excellent work ethic. We have a rare distinction this year. We actually have 2 winners, and out in the lobby there is a plaque in which there is the award that will hang and have their names on it. So, congratulations to the 2013-2014 winners, Miss Amelia Audie and Nick Crawford.
Thank you, Mr. Cody. And just a reminder, boys and girls, there are quite a few cameras out there, and so you need to give each parent and grandparent a chance to snap those pictures, so smile pretty. Speaking of smiling pretty, one of our highlights of graduation is always the message to graduates. Tonight we have a fabulous honor of having Mr. Andrew Brazier deliver that speech.
Class of 2014, I am excited to be here tonight, and I am honored I've been asked to share this night with you. It's a night you will always remember and relive. As I began to brainstorm ideas of selecting a wise and insightful farewell message, I began reflecting on a few different ideas. All of these ideas focused upon the last 9 years you have spent here at Acton School. This time has been spent building friendships, setting goals, and building success. It's all come down to tonight, the time to celebrate the foundation you have all built for yourselves during your time here at Acton Elementary School. So how would I decide on picking a perfect topic for tonight's speech? Well, I did what most people would do. I Googled it. Of course, a ton of famous graduation speeches popped up. The first one that caught my eye in a bit of shock was titled, "You Are Nothing Special." Wow, I thought, if I began speaking by saying you are nothing special, I could pretty much plan on two things. Spending some quality time in the superintendent's office with Mr. Aldrich. Secondly, spending more time looking for a new job. However, once I read past the title, it was a quite impressive speech delivering a message of self-motivation and striving to rise above the rest. Reflecting on the past 9 years, I decided I did not need Google. I just needed to basically share my reflections. The pot of gold for a great message tonight is what I see on a daily basis as a parent and staff member here at Acton School. This brought me to title my message, "The Right Stuff." But before I get too serious, I want to take a minute and I want you to remember how you were involved or impacted by the following activities. I'm just going to name a few, like 20 or so. Sports, basketball, baseball, and soccer. Many of you will go on to play high school sports. Your skills and team spirit will make you stand out. Parents and coaches have truly enjoyed watching you perform. Field day, gym, the teen handball tournament this year. Thank you, Mrs. Gallipo. It's amazing the positive energy you bring to Acton School. May Madness, Spirit Week, Student Council, 100-day celebration, dances. Thank you to Mrs. Goodwin. You are not flying under the radar. We clearly see all that you do for Acton School. This next one is going to take you back to like the 4th or 5th grade, one of my favorites. Thank you, PTG, for the Parents versus Faculty basketball event. After the basketball event is what made this my favorite event. Pies in the face for many staff members. A pie in the face to you, Mr. Cody, was one of my favorites. Music, concerts, band, and chorus. Many of you are so talented. Thank you, Mr. Corcoran, for a great first year here at Acton. Odyssey of the Mind. Mrs. Reeves and Mrs. Banhauer. Acton's teams always have represented Acton so well. A pie in the face to Dr. Rhodes. I remember the student that served that one. Shopping at the holiday bazaars. Field trips. The Gulf of Maine in Portland, Museum of Science in Boston, and the latest, Kennedy Lake Park. Hiking with Mr. K to Maplestone School. Mr. K's puppet shows. Hiking the Hebo Highway Road with Mrs. King. The Camp Nutter trip. A pie in the face to Miss Scully. Oh, how I miss the Parents versus Faculty events. I'm going to talk to the PTG about getting this one put back on the calendar. Weekly assemblies, Golden Group Awards. Talent shows. Acton has talent for sure. Art auctions, art projects. Mrs. Davis is always showcasing your talents in our hallways. A pie in the face to Mr. Putnam. Wow, that night was fun. Working on the yearbook. This year's yearbook was outstanding. Thank you, Miss Pritchett, and all who helped. 2 pies in the face to Mrs. Bovin. Either you didn't know at the time that she would become our principal, or perhaps you did and got away with it while you could. We deliver interviews, all dressed up and prepped for success. Being a bit nervous about speaking tonight, I was going to ask Miss Scully for some pointers. However, I have heard it before. Talk slowly, make eye contact, watch your posture, straighten your tie, practice, practice, practice. Daddy-daughter dances. Ben Michelson author visit, literacy night, writing club, falling asleep during an exciting lecture in Mr. Putnam's class. A pie in the face for Mr. Noel. Since he never received a pie, I went above and beyond, and I actually brought one tonight so that he wouldn't feel left out. This is a small snapshot of your time here at Acton. Between your talents, friendships, dedication, and willingness, you have made it here tonight. And now for my message on a more serious note, but it is so positive, I know you will agree with what I have to say. The right stuff. The right stuff is what you're leaving Acton with. The right stuff is a collection of your efforts between you, your parents, and your teachers, resulting in a solid foundation for you to build upon. The teaching staff here at Acton Elementary School is unbelievable. You will realize the good fortune of this foundation you've built together as you move forward to high school. During the school committee, not long ago, Mrs. Damaris was in attendance and spoke of the foundation she strives to build with her students on a daily basis. Wow, I thought. I remember her from when Eric was in 2nd grade. The foundation at that point had already been 3 years in the making, starting with Mrs. Emery in kindergarten. Each year, you and your teachers have added to that foundation. A great man named Brian Beeler once told me, I cannot feel that I am a successful leader if the people that I am leading do not demonstrate consistent growth. Mr. Beeler truly thrived upon the success of other people. Your teachers have been your leaders and have found great satisfaction in your success. The right stuff has not just prepared you for the next 4 years, it is something that you will carry with you for the rest of your life. I have had the privilege of sitting on the scholarship committee a couple of times in recent years, and it is absolutely amazing to see where you are heading. Acton students placing in the top 10 at the high school level, placing in the top 50 consistently year after year. This is what you have to look forward to. You, the graduates, will move forward with success. Many of you will go on to explore different interests, maybe college, technical school, employment, etc. Like on the scholarship applications, wherever you choose to go, you will need letters of recommendation. So tonight, my friends, I leave you with this, my letter of recommendation for the class of 2014. Attention to all high schools seeking above average students. I am honored to recommend the class of 2014 for enrollment. This is a group of fine young ladies and gentlemen who are well prepared for academic enrichment. They have been professionally educated for the past 9 years and will demonstrate the many skills you are seeking. You will find them to be motivated and will advance quickly in your place of education. Their personalities will enhance and promote a fun place to learn and grow. Please consider it a privilege to enroll and educate these students for the next 4 years. I assure you they have all received the right stuff from Acton Elementary and will stand out as bright and successful students. Sincerely, Andrew Frazier. Congratulations, class of 2014, and I wish you all the best in your high school years ahead.
Well done, Mr. Brazier, well done. Before I move on to the next piece, how about taking a moment, and since Mr. Brazier pointed out to you, so many staff and family members, volunteers even, who have made a difference in your lives, and give a hand to them and say thank you. Next up, we have Ms. Tracy Scully giving out the Acorn Award.
I am proud to be presenting the Acorn Award on behalf of the parent-teacher group. The PTG takes pride in all students, especially those that strive to achieve goals. This $200 scholarship award was created to recognize students who demonstrated a tremendous amount of growth from the beginning of 7th grade year to the end of 8th grade year. The PTG is a model for hard work, and as a group we want to recognize the 8th grade students who exemplified the work ethic, attitude, and determination it takes to reach the highest point of success. Acorn is an acronym for A, Child's Outstanding Recognition Nurtures Growth. The seed has been planted here at Acton Elementary School by teachers who respect you, and the Acton PTG recognizes that you have watered and fed the seed with knowledge, exceptional effort, and a never-give-up attitude. We hope you continue to flourish as a learner as you enter the most important years of your life. Take the seed and watch it grow with your wisdom, fortitude, and effort. Your future is blooming as we stand here today, so set your goal high and soar. Ralph Waldo Emerson states, "The creation of 1,000 forests is in one acorn." Tonight, we have 2 acorns ready to create their own forest, and it was with great pleasure that I honor and present the Acorn Awards to Sarah Edgerly, and Abe Phillips.
Next up, we have a chorus selection singing "We Are the World."
Time, when we hear a sudden call from the world.
Thank you very much, course. For our final 8th grade speech tonight, we have Miss Paige Crawford.
Just like a mother sea turtle who travels to a safe haven for nesting, we all have hopes and dreams that will hatch into special memories or future goals. This K-8 school isn't just a place to learn. It's the nest that helps you find who you are. It prepares you for the big ocean, the big world that you enter someday on your journey after leaving Acton Elementary. And our day is here. Even though I wasn't here for 9 years like the rest of my fellow classmates, Acton Elementary still has made a huge impact on my life. This school has made me realize the special things in life with the special help of my soon-to-be past teachers. This year, I've become closer to everyone. I realized we're not just friends, but we're a family. Our family has started at this nest, buried in the sand. But it's our time to hatch and begin our journey. Our journey started a long time ago, within the memories we remember, the funny, the sad, and the life lessons our teachers have taught us along the way. But it's our time to figure out where we want to end up and what we want to become. By taking the tools we were taught with us, we are strong enough to make our new life a success. We are smart and have enough courage to pass the predators that will come when we leave our sandy beach. The peer pressure that might occur, our new choices we make, all depend on the goals we set. If everybody in this very room does not set a life goal, they will not reach the water that is ahead of us. When we move into the big ocean, we will separate and lose the connection we all have. But the connection, the memories, will always be here in our sandy nest, Acton. We can't forget the relationships, the jokes, and the nicknames from Mr. Putnam. Mr. Putnam calls me Alice Wonderland for my middle name, if he isn't yelling at me, and combined with the social studies twist, he makes class fun, sometimes. Mr. Cody's intense laughing can be heard across the other side of the school when he laughs at his own jokes. Mr. Noel has amazing math skills, but his love of social studies always shows through when we get him off topic. Miss Scully, the queen of fashion, always shares her amazing knowledge of language arts to help us improve. I look up to every single one of them. They have provided the path that will lead us to the big sea and into our new lives. The warm, comfortable feeling when we look back to our nest we grew up in will always make me smile. When we are all seniors in high school and receive the letters we wrote to ourselves in 8th grade, will make me miss Acton the most. This year has gone by so fast, and it's hard to catch up and realize we're leaving our family, our comfortable nest. Our shells that we leave in sand will stay there. They represent our memories that lay in our home. Our home being Acton Elementary, where most of us grew up from 5 years old. But even the ones who haven't still belong here no matter what. The 8th grade graduates of 2014 will always be just the Acton kids. Even when we go our own way and separate into the big ocean where every Acton kid ventures, our mothers, fathers, and teachers knew we would have someday, making a successful journey to the ocean, or the place we call life. Life has been a safe haven this far, and it's our time to create a new adventure. So class of 2014, let's leave our shells in the sand and explore the ocean together.
could I now please have help from Mrs. Judith Shane and Mr. Kenny Aldrich for the delivering of the diplomas. It's like a paparazzi. They're all lined up. You will be. Ladies? Paige Alice Crawford. Karina Nicole Ashabal. Colleen Belanger. Allie Goodwin. Gentlemen. Eric Robert Brazier. Gage James. Nicholas Crawford. Matthew McLeod. Abraham Phillips. Ladies.
Did it work? I'm gonna have double things. I'm gonna cut double.
Rebecca Lynn Hanscom. Autumn Justine King. Amelia Audie. Shelby Sandin. Soleil Star Temple. Gentlemen. Caleb Randall. Ready? Having deja vu. You're good. All right. Robbie Dobson. Thomas James Roy. Excuse me, I gotta wipe a tear. Alex, do you need tissue too? I'm gonna be sad. Alex Michael Vieira. Kelly Francis Cadigan. Ladies, Brianna Marie Racikoff. Jenna Elizabeth Gilbert. Amber Singleton. Megan Ellen Norman. Sarah Emma Edgerly. Like American Idol, we're down to the final three. Come on down, gentlemen. Gentlemen, hello? Somebody? Kyle Kelly. Jared Theo Scarpelli. There he is, the last, not the least, Tom Landry. Thank you both for your assistance. You really do rule the school in 8th grade. You guys have ruled well. I'm very proud of you. And now, staff, parents, teachers, family, friends, I present to you the 2014 8th grade class of elementary education.
You know,